Welcome again to another edition of this our boot camp. So tonight we are going to look at the essential tools in project management. It's broken down into various stages like project planning and scheduling tools, collaborative tool, documenting and reporting tool, and the rest of them. So we have to start with planning and scheduling tools. And under planning and scheduling, we captured two major or two most popular in the industry, widely used, the mostly used one. And we have Microsoft projects. It is being used a lot. So many companies, both big organizations, small organizations, uses these tools. So it's good if we have good knowledge of these two. Microsoft Project is a comprehensive project management software developed by Microsoft. It offers a range of features for project planning, scheduling, resource management, and reporting. So we have these key features. We have a Gantt chart view to visualize projects, schedule tasks and dependency. We have resource management to allocate resources, track resources availability, and manage resource assignment. We have task tracking to monitor task progress, update task status, and track project milestone. We have reporting and analysis to generate reports, dashboard, and analytics to assess project performance and identify the trend. And equally, we have integration. Well, that's one good thing about Microsoft product, why a lot of people love Microsoft product. Integration. You can integrate Microsoft products with so many other third-party applications and share information data seamlessly. So this particular tool can be integrated, is integrated with other Microsoft applications such as Excel, Outlook, and Team. And this is how it's looking like. So that's the picture. If you open it up and want to work on it, or if you are working on it, this is how it's going to look like. From there, you see from up here, it's looking like Excel. You know, most of these documents that are being developed, that are Microsoft, in a way, developed them through Excel documents. Excel software. Excel is a very robust software developed by Microsoft. So if you don't know, you think it's an Excel document. If you are equally looking at it, somehow you see that it looks like Project Labor. So that is this tool, and we're not using it because we don't have money to pay for it. But we are using the alternative that can give us anything. And why I'm just using Project Labor because I've used both of them and I tried to compare both of them and there is no difference. So, and what we're doing is practical, you know. But if you have the money to pay to get it and try it out, good and fine. You can try it out and see how it looks like, you know. So, and let us know. Oh, it's a very good number one. I can call it number one in the market. It's widely acceptable. So many companies are using it, so both large and small. So that is it. Without wasting time, let's jump to Project Labor that all of us are using at the moment. So, and Project Labor here is an open source project management software that offers similar feature to Microsoft projects, but is available for free. It is compatible with Windows, Mac OS, and Linux operating system. So I see somebody who's trying to download it. It didn't work. Maybe they will find out the operating system the person is using did not doesn't support.
Yeah, it's my own, sir.
Yeah. So what are you doing about it now? Is there any way forward?
As for now, there is no way forward because I've really tried. I even took it to an expert, so the same thing still happening. So I only need to buy a new laptop entirely.
Okay, well, sorry about that. I know it can be frustrating, but it's experience you are getting knowing that to be a project manager or to work, and now we are trying to become an IT professional. You need to, start saving up or repackaging yourself. You might think you have a work, but now you can see that what we are doing is just beyond having a laptop. You need a good laptop. And that's why so many people are going for HP. HP is like a standard laptop. It also is not for big man, it's not for show, it's just good for your work. It gives you everything you need to do your work. Unlike people using Mac Pro, Apple product or things like HP is very good. It's very, very affordable, and it can give you with that. You should be able to get the basic things you need. But the only thing I noticed with HP is that some of these HPs, I think there is a lot of substandard. I don't know what substandard HPs being distributed to Nigeria. You will buy HP, but it's not, you find out that you continue to struggle a lot. There's some HPs I bought, which are for people, for work purposes, and people using them in Nigeria, they're struggling, and it shouldn't be. Well, I bought them in Nigeria anyway, and I believe it's substandard. I don't know, I can't say, but a lot of things are going on these days. So, what brought us into this is operating system. So, Project Labor, we have Gantt chart, view for visualization, visualize project schedule and task dependencies, resource management to manage resource, project resources and assignments, task tracking, monitor task progress and updates, task issues, reporting to generate basic report and export data, export project data. So we already, these are some of the links I provided. We already have this view. We already know how it looks like. There's something I want to update you guys on Project Labor, which is part of why I'm doing this is because it's part of the issues your friend is having, and I think I deem it necessary to let you people know about it, so that when we are using it, you should be able to use it very well. I will stop sharing this, so I'll quickly go to Project Labor and share this update. Then we can then go back to come back to this our note and continue where we stop. We're going to continue from collaborative tools once we come back to this lesson notes. So I'll stop sharing the lesson notes. Okay, this is the project labor, the one we have been working from. So if you look at your own and you see these actual stats, I will hide them now. I'll hide all these columns. Actual stats, I will hide them. And actual duration, I will hide them. So this is how the work we've done looks like already. That's what so many of you are doing. And based on the work your friend got, the problem they are having is that the project manager handling that project do not understand project labor very much. So the finish, please, is very, very important. If you, I will throw you out if you cannot control yourself. So you find out that here there is project duration. This is the project start, and this is the project finish. Please pay attention because I wouldn't want anybody to drag me back to this by asking me. So I'll take my time to explain this. So this is all this duration, start and finish is what we call expected. If you remember when we treated parts, you remember that the time, all the tasks, we call it expected time. They are all called expected. They are not the actual time. This is the time you expect to start. This is the time, the duration you expected. This is the expected finishing time. But when the project starts, you might find out that it's no longer what is expected is not the actual time. You might want to start on this day, but it's not the actual time. So, and this is where the problem comes. And that's why you have to baseline. After baselining, as the project progresses, you need to update this project with the actual start time and the actual finish time, and equally the actual duration it takes. This will give you the variation, what varies from the expected time and the actual time. But in the project your friend is managing, the original project manager did not capture all this. It did not capture the actual time. They did not even capture the resources. Like in this our own case here, we captured the resource. You see resources here, we captured our resources, and the cost per resources. You know, even if you want, you can equally capture another resource from here. All these resources are work resources. You can equally capture material resources here, but for here, what we just captured. But it's good to capture resources and the rate, that is the cost. That is going to form the project cost. But they didn't capture all these things, and that is why they are struggling in trying to track their projects progress, trying to track everything is not aligning. So they do not they are not understanding. They can't even see the evaluation, the actual, because there is no project resource assigned. There is no project actual time, like actual start time, actual finish time, and actual duration. And so many of you will struggle to do that, because if you see here, the software did not provide, like most of all these things is here is a standard, it's a default that once you come here, you see it. But here it does not show. But you know this is Excel. All these documents, all these softwares are created out of Excel documents. So all you need to do is, once you do this, you need to track your work. So you come here, you insert. All I'm going to do is double click. I'll double click, you say insert a column. And the column I'm going to insert here, you click on insert column. If I want to remove this predecessor, I will say hide, and it's going to disappear. So, but now I want to insert, I'll click on this. Okay, I know you might not be seeing the dialog box which appear. A dialog box will come. From the dialog box that appear, is going to ask you to select either the actual cost, actual duration, actual finish, actual start. So what I'm going to select here is the actual duration. I will select actual duration, and I'll click OK. And you see we have actual duration now. Okay. But we do not have actual start and actual finish. So I'm going to add actual start and actual finish. So I come over here, I will do insert. I will now, once I'm inserting it on my left, so that's why I'm clicking on predecessor. So I'll click insert column, and I'll click insert. It will bring a dialog box, and from the dialog box, from the drop down menu on the dialog box, I'll click and I'll select actual start, and I'll click OK. And you see actual start is here. I've inserted actual start, and then I'll come back again. That way again, I will select actual finish. Actual finish. So you can see now we have actual duration, actual start, and actual finish. We have expected duration, expected start, and expected finish. So you have finished planning your work, but you have not started work. So when you start work, you are going to be updating what is going on. Like receive project brief is expected to happen within 2 days. If it happen more than in these days, maybe you come over here, you have to, this is meant to start on this day. You see it here, which is 14th of April, so 14th of August. So now, but we've not, you can see we have not started it. So today is 23rd. So let's say we put today's date, and then today's is put enter. Let's say these days. So is It's supposed to be, but it's not the same distance. So we have to find the actual, which is today. It says today, we started today, and then we'll come here and say, or let's say we started on 20th, let's say 20th, and then come here and say we finished today. So that is it. You can see here everything is you see it's still giving us different, because this is not baseline. I didn't baseline this, so that is why once I'm selecting, it's still selecting the same thing. So what I need to do is to, once I finish planning, after my planning, I didn't baseline this. Once I finish planning, I'll baseline everything. And after baselining, once I'm now updating the actual, you will now start seeing that there is discrepancy from my actual start and my actual date and duration. So that is the problem they really had in that their project, because there's no actual duration. We just finished it, but there's no way it could be updated. And I think the person that managed the project doesn't have extensive knowledge of project labor. But that is the way it should be. So once you start, you have to be, that is where you monitor your project, following up what's going on in your project, and know when you are deviating, when you are out of track or out of alignment, if the time you plan to start is different from the actuals. So this will help you to see the variation, and that is where the problem will always come from. So it's a quick update. At least we've seen how to add the actual duration, actual start, and actual finish. So it's very, very important. But before you start updating, make sure you baseline. This is where you say baseline the original this thing, and then baseline the original before you start updating the actuals. Because if you do not baseline, it will still be giving you the actual, the expected time you put in here. So that's it. So you can see here, because I've put the actual start, actual finish, it means I've finished here. It means that you see the system will automatically tick this particular task that I've done this task. So this is an update I want us to learn as well. So I hope you capture this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Not really.
Even what I wanted to
Not fully,
what I
sir.
wanted to say, because I observed something which you just said, the last thing you said, concerning the thick green color there. It was my observation. So I wanted to say, when the project is finished, that the actual finish is done, then the other side will be thick green. So you already said so.
Yes, is once you update the actual and the this thing, it will be show you that this is done. You tick it for you, and you know the one you've done and you know you've not done. So someone is not saying not what is there again? I told you how to.
So, about the baselining, sorry, maybe I didn't understand. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Maybe I didn't understand baselining very well. Initially, I thought you said we baseline when we are done planning and we now submit and get approval. That if you want to do any updates, then you need to get approval before you do any update once you've baselined.
Updates is mean when you are trying to update doesn't mean you are not going to update your project. This is the actual. You then have to update baselining means approval, means that they have approved for you to work with this. But if there is that is where the problem comes in. If the actual is different from this, then you have to report there is a situation in your listing. You are having problem with your project, with your plan and your timeline. So you have to be updating. So whatever after the update, you still need to report your challenges. So you need to report it as challenges you are having. But you need to use this to update. That will show the actual issues you're having. So it should be that if you plan to work with 2 days, it should be 2 days. But if it's exceed 2 days, and maybe you are now spending 3 days, you still need to update, but it's not approved. That means that you need to explain why that is the situation you have. That is a risk. That will help you to identify the risk you are having within the project. It doesn't mean that because you need to have actual and this means that you can just, and they will approve it and start clapping for you. They are not going to do that. As a matter of fact, this is the issues they are having now. The actuals is no longer, the project has overshot the timeline, and the project manager did not even capture the actual. He couldn't even track the project. So means the person doesn't have enough experience as a project manager. So you must always have provision here for your actual and your this thing. Your actual should rhyme with your expected. But in a situation it doesn't rhyme, then at least you know the discrepancies. Are you getting me?
Yeah, somehow, yeah.
So that is it. The first baseline is to show the play. If you do not baseline this, it's going to be difficult to track your discrepancies. But once it's baseline, then it means that you are out of order, out of agreement, out of baseline is a benchmark for this project. So anything outside that, you need to still update it, update the plan, capture all the actuals if you're having issues. So, but it's not a situation where we want to find ourselves. It's not advisable that your actual is different from your expected. It's not, it's not a best practice in project management, but you still need to plan your this thing. You still need to track everything. So managers, they want to see your actual, making sure your actuals are as expected. If there is a situation that the actuals are no longer as expected, you should quickly report it. You know, and if it's approved, then you have to rebaseline it. Anytime your actual is deviating from your expected, you need to report it immediately because you are going out of alignment. Are you getting that? Am I talking to someone? Someone asked a question.
Yeah, yes, I got it. But again, what situations, likely situations that will happen that will make someone to be baseline? Can you give us like likely situations?
Likely situation that you need to have a baseline is when you plan like this, you plan to do this work. This, you see this duration for initiate stage is, you can see here is 14 days. And when you start working and you find out that, because by the time it's 14 days, you are taking it for approval. That is after baselining, everybody, you agree that you can do this work within 14 days. You baseline. Baseline means agreement between you and whoever you are working for. You agree that it's going to be done within 14 days. If any situation happen, unforeseen circumstance that this work cannot be done within 14 days again, that maybe this work, you feel that this work need 20 days to be done, you need to explain why this work need to be done within 20 days. Are you getting that?
Yes, I am.
So once you see, because if now I contract you to build a website for me, and after then we use this project labor to plan the work, you agree that you are going to do this work within 12 days. And I myself, you are building this website for me, and I'm equally reporting this website. Maybe I'm just a departmental manager, and I need to present this website to my CEO. You that have contracted maybe a freelancer that you are going to do this work for 14 days. And then you come back to me and say, you find out that you cannot build this website in 14 days. That is going to be in 20 days after we have agreed. Baselining is agreement. You need to give me a reason, because I've already given my CEO, me being the departmental head, I've given my CEO my word that this work is going to be ready within 14 days. And my CEO will be expecting that I'm going to deliver this work within 14 days, waiting for my my reports within that 14 days. So if anything change, so you see that there's a lot of connection here, knock-on effect of why you should not fail. Because I myself, why I shouldn't allow you, I might even get rid of you, that I don't understand you, you are not competent. You can lose your job by coming back to say you can't do this after baselining. So it's not a joke that after baselining, you come back and say you are not going to do it. But we know that there's what we call unforeseen circumstances. If you can convince the person that is not your fault, then we create another baseline. Another baseline means that we reschedule, we create another project plan. That baseline will make this current one is no longer valid. This one is no longer valid. The original date is no longer valid. We are working on another date, but we'll have a record. That's why the baselining is still be there, but it's no longer valid. But we'll have a record that this is where we started our journey. We started by agreeing on 14 days. Now we come back, we say, give me another 6 days so that we can do this in 20 days. By the time you are coming again for another baseline, third baselining, if you are a project manager, you should be able to ask yourself that question, whether you are competent. Whether if somebody is doing that work for you, whether you are going to be happy. If you are the project sponsor, are you getting me?
Very well, sir.
So that is it. So that is it. So the main thing here is that we have seen how to add actual this. You know, is a race situation that most of the time the actual must always correspond with the expected. But once there is a deviation, this is where we have to go and talk ourselves through while we are deviating from the original plan. Okay. Let's quickly
I
go
have a
back.
question.
Okay. Be fast.
Okay, sir. If I want to, can we impute a column for variance, or what if you want to calculate the variance, or there is
Yeah,
no need for calculating the variance?
yeah, automatically once you put the variance will be, so you'll be showing it from this actual. It will show me by this thing, the red colors. You'll be seeing the areas that you have deviations. It will start appearing in red colors where you deviated.
Okay, sir. Also, sir, for the costs, where can we include it?
We have
Both
actual.
the
We still you can, once you want to add another column, for instance, now there's so many columns to add here. Not only this, all you need to do is right click. If you want to add cost, if you click here, you come back like the way you added other system. Then you
Yes, sir.
add let's see, cost here. I'm looking for cost. Okay, here you see first baseline cost. You see here, I'll add the first baseline cost and I'll click OK. Then you see here, you see baseline cost here. That is the original cost. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you click again, you then add and insert another column. You will see the actual cost. So you see the actual cost and baseline cost. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So when there is a deviation, this is the original plan, original cost. So, but if there is a deviation from the actual time and the expected time and the expected finish, it will equally be showing the cost, you know, because the cost we're here is per day. So if there is a job that is supposed to be done in 2 days, we already know the cost here, cost of doing the work for 2 days. So if we are doing it for 3 days now, then it's going to increase. So that is it. You see here, there is no baseline cost here because this work is not baseline, like I said earlier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Lastly,
So
sir, I just want
if you want to add so many columns, use that, and that is going to be assignment for you. Because I have duration for this class. I have another class waiting. Just you see, right click. If you want to assign another column, right click, you go to the column, you select, you see so many things you need to add. You highlight, you select it and add it.
Okay, sir.
So you wanted to say something.
Yes, I just want to get a clarification regarding the resources. Is it that under the resources, we have to add all the employees that are involved in the project, apart from the PM and the BA?
Why are you not going to include PM and BA?
I said apart from them. I'm not saying we are not going to include, as in we know that we've been including them. But what I just want to get is that other employees too that are involved in the project, are we also going
Everybody
to them
that
as
is part of this project that you are paying, that is receiving payment from this project, any cost, whether material cost, human resources costs, you need to add all of them here. Not only that, these are your resources, that's why you have material costs and work costs. Work costs are human resources. So anybody that is a project team member that receives salary from working on this project, you must add all of them. We added project manager and business analyst because that's the only one we have for now.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, sir.
All right. So I encourage everybody to spend time and learn more. You know, there's a lot to learn and find out more, engage with one another, try to be explorative, and don't wait for me to teach you everything. Okay, let's quickly go back. Okay, we are coming back to, we are still on the project essential tools in project management. We are done with the planning and scheduling tools, which we treated Microsoft projects and project labor. And then we have collaborative tools. Collaborative tools we have here, we have, there are so many of them. One of them is FreeCamp, which we are using. We have Asana. They all have similar features. So Asana is a cloud-based project management software designed for teams to organize and track work tasks and projects. It offers features for task management, collaboration, and communication. The key features we have here, we have task management, create, assign, and prioritize tasks with due date and dependencies. These are just like some of these projects planners, but the key difference here, most of them are collaborative. You can collaborate, you can equally assign, create and track your tasks, assign, prioritize, add dates, visualize. So these are, some people do not even use tools. Some people who are using this do not use project planners like Project Labor and Microsoft projects. Some people just use this collaborative tool to do everything they want. But for me, it's good to learn everything because you don't know where you will find yourself and you start struggling. You can see that in projects, in FreeCamp, we created everything in FreeCamp. And looking at it very well, some people decide to work from there without even working from creating our project plan. But it's important that we have a project plan because most companies are using it this where they create that is their blueprint from where they start moving and start collaborating. So this is the way it looks like. It's just looking like FreeCamp. There's nothing much difference between this and the one we're using. So that's why I'm not going to waste so much time on this. If you know how to use FreeCamp, you can use this very well. Then this is the FreightCamp we're using. It's a collaborative tool, and we're already using it, and everything we use Asana to do, we use FreightCamp to do. So we don't have, I'm not going to waste time to explain this because we had a workshop on this as well, how to use this FreightCamp. Then we have Trello. Trello is just a collaborative tools, but all of them, mainly the differences here is that because they are coming from different companies. Trello is from a different company. If you have used Jira before, Trello and Jira is from a company called Atlassian, and this FreightCamp, they are from their own company, and this Asana, they are from their own. So these are different companies. That's where the major difference. They have to tweak it in such a way that it will be different from other companies' own. But basically, they are providing the same services, and most of them have the same features. So Trello here is a flexible project management tool based on Kanban methodology. It uses board, list, card to organize and prioritize tasks and projects. If you go to this is FreightCamp, you can see they are using board as to do their own work as well. See, this is what we call board, project board. If you click on this here, you see these are board. You see this is can be called board as well. Although this is a way kind of a list, but here in a wider, this thing is board. So what we mean by board is something this way for visualization. And once you click on a project like this, you see different activities within this. So this is what we called kind of board. But in Trello, there's a way they organize their own. She's look more like Kanban board. There's what we call Kanban board that's mainly used in agile environments. Or we'll talk about Kanban and Scrum when we get to project management methodology. But this is where Trello, they develop their own business model on this project is based on Kanban. This is what we call Kanban board. You see, this is what we call board from to do, doing, done. So these are all what we call project board. And they use it a lot. If you go to another project called Jira, they use this board a lot. So, but this is not, so many companies are not using it because for me, it's mainly everything here is just board. There's no other thing that makes this. It's all about using board, Kanban board to do your work. So that's mainly thing we have here that is, but other things like tracking, I don't know, but their main key feature and business model from this is just this Kanban board. This Kanban board, like we say, organize tasks into board, list, and card to track progress visually. You can invite people as well to collaborate with you and assign tasks to collaborate in real time. And customization means that here you can add as many boards as you want. And these are mainly the customization and a bit of integration. You can integrate it with other tools like Slack, Google Drive, and Dropbox. So that's about Jira. Trello. Trello is we have free Trello. So if you want to explore Trello the more, you can sign up on their free Trello and use them and see how it works. You can use it to manage your daily activities. Then we have Jira. Jira is still the same product. They are from the same company like Trello. The same company owns Jira and Trello. So Jira is widely used project management tools used for tracking software development. When Jira was developed, it was mainly for software development, but today people can use Jira to do a lot of work, but it's mainly for managing projects in agile environment. So the feature here is Agile Board for you to plan, track, manage agile projects using Scrum or Kanban board. It helps in issue tracking to create, prioritize, and resolve issues or tasks efficiently. And then workflow automation, customize workflow and automate repetitive tasks. You can equally integrate it with other softwares like Bitbucket, GitHub, and Confluence. So this is how Jira looks. This is another product we are going to use, or another software we are going to use. By the time we are going to do software implementation, we are going to use this Jira because we are going to do that in agile environment. So it will help you to create your backlog here and use this board. You can see board again. That is board you see to do, you see in progress, you see testing, you see done. These are all called board. We're going to have a workshop, an extensive workshop on this Jira because we're going to use it for our work. We're going to use it to implement our software. So that's mainly the collaborative tool that is important that we know. So if we can master one of these, we are good to go because they are all the same thing. Once you know how to use one, it's just like Microsoft Project and Project Labor. So once you master how to use one collaborative software or collaborative tool, you can use every others very well because they are the same thing. The difference is because they are from different companies. Another alternative for this, let me quickly share. Another good alternative for this Jira is Microsoft Azure board. They have an Azure board which looks like this. You can call it DevOps board, some call it Azure board, but it's from Microsoft. And you know, I think they have a free trial as well. But one good thing about Jira is that Jira have a free account that is free forever with, I think, almost up to 10 people. You can invite up to 10 people in your project, collaborate with them free. You are not paying anything. So that is one good thing about this Jira. They don't charge anything, unlike Microsoft that you need to pay. Then we have Microsoft Team. Microsoft Team is beyond just having meeting or video conferencing. Microsoft Teams is very good for collaboration. It combines chat, video, conferencing, file sharing, and project management capabilities with Office 365. So it's good for file sharing, video conferencing, chatting. But like I say, it's beyond just chatting, and because you can share a lot of file and is integrated with other tools like Office 365, where you can use their Outlook email, you can use calendar, you can use a lot of all these applications from Office 365 because it's integrated with Microsoft Teams. So many companies are using it for their work. So, but so many of us are already using it, I think. But if you want to use it extensively, where you can have access to Office, Microsoft Outlook, then you need to pay for it. But if you just want to use it for normal video, I think it's limited. They have limited functionalities. So you can use chats to communicate team members through individual or group chats. You can use it for meeting, schedule and host video meeting, webinar, and conference call, file sharing, share and collaborate on documents, spreadsheets, and presentation in real time. Is integrated seamlessly with Microsoft 365. It's formerly called Office 365, but it's now called Microsoft 365. And once you integrate it, you should be able to have Outlook, SharePoint, and Planner. So that is the why it's very good, because the integration will bring everything you need in one platform, and you start using it seamlessly. Then we have Basecamp. Basecamp is another simple project management software which I use a lot. So I use it a lot. It's very simple. Basecamp is a project management and team collaborative platform that offers features for task management, file sharing, and communication. The key features here is to organize tasks, discussion, and file into projects. It has a to-do list. One of the most powerful features in Basecamp is to-do list, where you create and assign tasks with due dates and priority, just like in FreeCamp. It has a message board for post, announcement, update, and comment for team discussion. Is equally it can integrate with third-party applications like Google Drive and Dropbox. So this is how Basecamp looks like. Like I see, I use it a lot in my project. If you look here, you see this is me. This is my image here, and this is one of the project team. I handle this is a past project anyway, but up to now I have up to 3 active projects running on this Basecamp. So, but the main thing that we have to only use one, so that's why we're using FreeCamp. So we have another powerful project management tool called ClickUp. ClickUp is just like other tools. ClickUp is popular project management tool designed to be flexible and adaptable to the need of various teams and projects. Its broader range of features, it has a lot of features. That's one thing with ClickUp. It organizes tasks into hierarchical structure with workspaces, spaces, lists, and tasks. So all this is like categories. So see workspaces, spaces, it's just like category, subcategory, subcategory, and tasks. So choose from multiple project view, including list, board, Kanban, calendar, Gantt charts, and more. There's so much they have in this one software called ClickUp. It's good equally help to collaborate effectively with features like real-time editing, comment, mention, and task assignments. Track progress and stay on top of deadline and with reminders, reporting, and goal setting tools. These are list of features in FreightCam. So many features here. We have a multiple project view. We have customizable hierarchy. We have a customization option. We have collaborative tool within that. We have goal setting and tracking. We have reporting dashboard. We have Click App. We have automation. And this is how it looks like. Another good thing with ClickUp is that you have a project you are managing within other softwares. You can upload, you can bring them here in ClickUp. Like for instance, if you have a project in Jira and you want to move your project from Jira to ClickUp, all you need to do is come here, you click on Jira software. It will automatically take you to the project you have in Jira. You select the project you want to move to ClickUp, and automatically you bring them to this ClickUp. You can equally import project from Asana. You can equally import project from Basecamp, from ClickUp, and that's one thing. They have a free version. With their free version, you can achieve a lot, and they equally have paid version. If you want to work more professionally, then you need to upgrade to their paid version, but it's not so costly. It's very affordable. We have other project management tools like Microsoft Office 365. It's now called Microsoft 365. It used to be Office 365. It's a very good tool where we have Word documents, we have Excel, we have PowerPoint, we have Outlook. These tools like Word, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, they are softwares, they are tools. They'll help us for project documentation and reporting. We need to create our documents, we need to use them. So the various documents we use in projects, you already know we have a lot of projects where we are using Word document, like in our own, project brief is in Word document, can be in one document, Word breakdown structure in this. So PowerPoint, you can use PowerPoint for presentation and more. The same thing for documentation and reporting, we have it in Google Workspace. So everything we have in Microsoft, we have it in Google, like Word, Google call it Doc, Excel, Google call it Sheet, PowerPoint, Google call it Slide, Outlook, Google call it Gmail. So, and once you have a Gmail account, unlike Microsoft that you need to start paying for all this, once you have a Gmail account, you have access to all this. You see them here. This is Workspace here. With Workspace, you have Calendar, you have Doc, you have Drive where you save your project or anything. This is Form, this is Gmail, this is Google Charts, this is Google Meet, this is Google Contact. There's so much we have here. We have Google Sheet, we have Google Slide. All these things, they give it to you for free. You are not paying anything. But if you want to use it in a very extraordinary way, then you need to upgrade to maybe Google Workspace Plus or Enterprise, and that is the one I'm using now because I'm using it extensively. Then we have other tools here called project meeting and conferencing tools. We have Google Meet, which I'm using right now to meet with you. We have Microsoft Teams, we'll discuss that. We have Zoom, most of us have used Zoom. And we have GoToMeeting. I've used GoToMeeting. It's not that so popular, but it's just exactly like Zoom. This is what we call meeting and conferencing tool in project management. So as a project manager, all these tools I've just listed here is something you need to know how to start using it. They are all very easy to use. We have been using them, but we do not understand that they are called project management tools. So I listed it for you to know that these are tools for us to use to manage our projects very well. So that is about tools. The most difficult tools here, we have been taking our time to study it, which is Project Labor. I've taken time to do that. And if there is need for us to go back to Project Labor at any point in time, we can still go back so that we'll, another project management tool that we need to have good workshop because it's something you are going to be needing very well is this Jira. Because as an IT project manager, a business analyst, you cannot run away from this Jira. You are going to be using it a lot. So it's going to be, we are going to have a separate workshop on this particular, just the way we had a very separate workshop on, we had a separate workshop on this, our Project Labor. As a matter of fact, I have a project going on in this Jira, and after this meeting, we're having a sprint planning on this. This is it. This is Jira. You can see Jira here. We have you see, this is the project we're managing here, and after this meeting, we're having another meeting where we're going to plan our sprint. We have a sprint meeting. So this is what we need to do here with another team. We need to plan a sprint here, and we're implementing ERP for this company called PayGo. So that is it. So don't worry, our time is coming for a workshop on this. It's going to be very extensive. It's not something we are going to combine with all these other tools. And all these other tools I ran down. I didn't go extensively into it because once with our knowledge in FreeCamp, it has covered everything we need. So, but if you want to explore, you can go and explore and give us a feedback. Or if you're having challenges exploring any of these things I will just mention there, we can collaborate with you. But for now, this is where we are ending tools. So once I upload the notes, any of them you want to explore personally, you are welcome to do that. And if you're having challenges, you can let me know. So, but I don't think it should be. So the next thing we are going to look at in our next class is going to be the essential soft skills in project management. It's very, very important. So these are areas. This is one of the main reasons why I'm not sharing our template, because so many of us who have learned a lot of things about tools, this and that, but we're not project managers because so many of us, we are not yet to discover our leadership skills. We're yet to manage our emotional intelligence and a lot we need to learn from this soft skill. So because of time, we spend a lot of time when we went back to project labor. We might not be having a collaboration to ask questions because my time is due for my other classes. So that is one thing. So
Thank you.
so thank you for joining. And as you know, our class is still, we're still on it. So anything you are still struggling, we'll still have a long way to finish this boot camp. We can still go and talk about it. So don't worry. If there's anything bothering you, don't feel that we have you see, we went back to project labor because we find out there's something important we didn't cover very well on. We've gone back to cover it. So if you find any more thing we feel we need to dissect more, we'll go back to it. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
See you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Mr.
Mr.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
May God
Good
bless
night.
you. Bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night.